right, SNM clan. Let's talk. Let us talk while I know they finish. All right. First of all, happy new month to each and every one of you. Happy new month. Happy new month. I mean, this month of July. Definitely good things for each and every one of us. Yeah,
Amen.
Believe that's right.
Lots of money.
Definitely.
I keep saying that.
Definitely.
Joy.
Yeah.
Peace. And what? Maybe they just isn't 10.
All right. So it's upon us, right? Definitely, I think 3 weeks from now, right? 3 weeks from now. Yeah. Okay, let's see, Shai. But definitely to be on a Sunday, right? Okay, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Stuff on the table, things to talk about. That's another client like you is really crazy. But I mean, first of all, Nelly and Kassia, they're following each other again.
What should the congregation say? Well done.
Okay, you understand, right? But just that, that was linked to the whole Onyeka, saga again about the whole stuff that, only, Nelly, with Kassia, she had to settle stuff with Kassia herself and Kassia following each other, when Kassia and Onyeka, they're not in good terms, you understand? In other words, more like, Nelly should have just, kept it as it was, why is your a friend that's having an issue with, everyone, most people just want this, inherited beef.
For your sake.
You understand, right? Almost everyone wants this inherited beef, right? I mean, even if Onyeka might be having issues with Kassia, for example, right? Nelly and Kassia had an issue, right?
Yeah.
Is it not only good if Nelly and Kassia want to resolve that issue, they can resolve that, right? I mean, why won't Nelly want to resolve that issue with Kassia? Because Onyeka and Kassia are having an issue.
Yeah.
You understand? So, in other words, because Onyeka is having an issue with Kassia and Nelly is having an issue with Kassia, so I would want to settle that and still carry Onyeka's problem on my head plus my own issue with Kassia on my own head too. Does it make any sense to you?
Nope.
You understand, right? So they were saying that,
especially when their friendship is just...
Exactly. So they stated that,
whatever.
That Nelly in a way, embarrassed, Onyeka, why did she go, settle with this person, Kassia, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
To the extent of them, following each other. That is one, right? On the other hand, as well, herself and Chiwe to still following each other again. So it's more like, Nelly's just like, fixing bridges, I mean, that is quite beautiful.
Mending ships.
Mending things.
Yeah.
Right? But I understand one thing, right? If you don't want to have anything to do with someone, I mean, there's only faking it, you understand?
True.
Dissolve. Right?
Yeah.
Kassia said on her own lane, herself and Onyeka, they don't have anything to do with each other, right? And Victoria as well. Nothing. You understand, right? So I mean, these two, no longer, doing that stuff, right? But shout out to, Nelly and Kassia. Yeah, amazing stuff. Shout out to them. Yeah.
Why did it take them time to follow each other?
Yeah.
You waited to watch it or what? Like, I didn't get it.
Now.
You wanted for us to watch it so that we can get the vibe. I understand though, so that we can, be on par with you guys when you guys are following each other. Maybe that's why. Because you guys hugged how many days ago?
Yeah.
I followed each other yesterday. To me, I'm like, okay, maybe you guys waited for us to see.
I get that. It just made a crazy sense that, that period after Nelly and Kassia settled, that was the same night. Onyeka said, let me go and follow Wani. Let me go and follow this. You understand, right? So, I don't know, just so crazy, right? But I said, plan, it is what it is. Shout out to them, still amazing stuff. So, Nelly and Kassia, they're good. Nelly and Chinwe, they are good, right? Note that, it is what it is. Well, aside that, Anita and Topher saga. Yeah.
It's crazy in the streets, SNM clan.
It's crazy.
It just give me joy, SNM clan.
You understand, right?
Like, I'm happy. Very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said this before. If you want to do something with your fave or whatever, if people are talking about how they don't really resonate with a certain sheep or certain people, stuff like that, I understand why they are saying that, right?
Yeah.
You might feel they don't like this person, fine and good, right? But if they give certain key highlights in terms of how this thing might turn out to be later on, when it happens, please, are you that shameless to start crying? You're supposed to just swallow those tears. Hide. It's embarrassing when I see you sheeper still having the audacity
to cry.
You're not eligible
and
to
you
cry.
Think that people will sympathize with you. No.
You're not.
We will gather and will laugh at you people. Not even the sheep. You people.
You're not. I can actually pity you guys in a way, but even when with the whole warnings that came with it,
I'm not gonna pity
you saw
them.
it as something else.
I won't pity them because this is season 9 of the show. The show did not start yesterday.
We told you guys, stop spending your money when you're not sure, but you said, Shark, no, we won't listen to that.
Haters a beautiful thing.
We will spend that money as long as these two shows they are together.
Yeah.
But not knowing that these people, they know how to use you people and understand what you people want. So at the end of the day, why wouldn't they show you that they are together when they are not together? Because when they show you they are together, you will spend.
Yeah.
You will spend.
You spend.
So at the end of the day, you are not eligible to shed tears. You're not eligible to complain. You're not eligible to drag them. You are not. You're not. Understand? You're meant to hide. You're meant to shut up. You're meant to just go and get lost in one corner. I don't want soon a face. You understand, right? But at the end of the day, right, you spent a whole lot. I understand your pain. I understand your struggle. But please listen to some people when they state the obvious. You understand, right?
I don't understand.
Well, let's listen to this as an plan. Listen to what those people had to say. It was a whole lot. I'm like, yo, let's, all right, listen, please, while I know they finish.
To contribute 24 million naira to this mumu shape. Topher, you're a big head. God will punish you. Anita, God will punish you for taking money of innocent people and spending that money. God will punish all of you. I know people will say that, they didn't beg you to give them money. But most of you are very stupid. If they didn't beg, why were they saying that they are in sheep? Once they knew very well that they were not in sheep. Don't you know some of us, our emotions work for us. The moment we see sheep, we say, this sheep is cute. Anita love Topher. Topher love Anita. Then we will be contributing. And we are talking about it and you are saying they didn't force you. They didn't force her. Who told them to tell us they are in sheep? All of you, in fact, all of you are mad. And those who contributed, God will punish you. Punish you. You should have given the money to orphans. You should have gone to the street to give that money out. God will, anybody who, even if it's 1 naira, God will punish you for giving that money out. Very stupid people. Nonsense. I am very angry at this point. Anita, God will punish you. Topher, God will punish you. Nonsense people, I'm done.
Are we kids here? That Tonita Eli trip that sent them to Mauritius was spent 26 million naira. And you are here telling people that supported you, showed you love, that you guys were not dating. You guys are criminal. If I'm lying, I'm frying. I'm telling you for the simple truth. I'm not the birthday boy and the birthday boy is baby's girl. Sorry, shippers, bring out that video, drag her. Topher, Amaka this, Amaka that, this and that. If you open space, you will be telling people, your love life, your this one. You people should bring it out and drag him. Both of them, nobody is innocent.
No, but
they are criminal.
Please calm down, Oga. Please.
No.
No, calming down. That's not why we are here.
That's
not why we are here.
Anybody that is a Tonita shipper, anybody that is a GSC, full member of GSC, don't have right to be defending Anita or Topher in this. I won't lie to you people. They don't have any excuse for that line they dropped in that reunion.
I mean, in that reunion, right? That's what the person meant to say, right?
Yeah.
You've heard that SNM plan. You've heard them. You've heard her. These are people, that are quite pained. First of all, I think the lady that this one is carrying the matter on her head. I don't think this one spent a dime. This one just want insert herself in the whole situation about how, they spent this or spent that.
Yeah.
Topher and Anita, they scammed, shippers and shippers as well. They're very stupid, God punished them or whatever, right? I mean, it's just a crazy how things are. The other guy that you had, that one spent, that was part of the shippers, right? So, SNM plan, it's so crazy how, these shippers are just, running helter-skelter because of the stuff that happened between Anita and Topher. But like we said, why is it that they must always wait for a particular sin to happen before they can get sense?
But to be honest, okay.
Why?
Okay, let me see reasons with you people.
Okay.
Now, Anita and Topher, you guys knew that you were not in a relationship.
Yeah.
Why did you take their dime? Like, why? Why did you take their money? Why did you allow them to sponsor the trip to wherever you guys went? To me, I feel like that was not nice, and you guys were not being sincere. And if you think you can come out to say, "Oh, this," no, nobody's going to believe what you have to say, because if you guys were never in a relationship, then I don't see any reason why you should collect a gift, knowing fully well that they gave you guys those gifts because they thought that you guys were in a relationship. So I understand their tears, even though I was just trying to just water them small. But I understand where they are coming from, because you both, according to people, you guys are so mature to know that, and you guys know the history of these shippers, that when they see anything, you don't even need to do. As long as you're holding hands, they will think you guys are in a relationship. And you guys now egg them on, took their money, took their gifts, and now come and tell them that, oh, you guys were never in a ship. That's an insult to them, to be honest. And if they are crying, I understand them, even though I'm laughing. I still understand their plight, to be honest. Yeah.
You are lucky she understands you people. You're lucky she wants to see where people are coming from. I choose not. I would never see where people are coming from. You understand, right? Because you people love to be taken advantage of. You people love it. Well, now don't they want? How many times, Konu? How many times have we been telling these people?
All the time.
All the time. You know the best thing? Okay, I'll give you guys another advice. If you want to support sheep, love them from afar. Love them from a distance. You understand, right? Support them by you saying how beautiful and loving they are. Don't spend a dime. Because now the money when they spend, if they tell us they know they together, now go to cry. So, because money has a way of, when you spend it recklessly, you start crying on how you spent that money to save yourself from heartbreak, even if they are not together. Because when you don't spend your money, mind you, they will not pose themselves being together.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you people the truth. They will stop. Because it's the money that the one that makes them show their two fingers.
An iPhone 17. That's the hustle.
That's the hustle, right? So the moment you guys' eyes become opened and you don't want to spend by you just putting out sweets or, oh, my sheep, I love you guys, and you don't spend the dime, they don't go show say that they together. So understand this now. I don't tell now this one now.
Yeah.
If you like, don't listen.
And another thing is competition, to be honest. You guys like to compete.
That's the thing now.
If they see that, oh, these two people are being shipped, they'll go and form their own ship, whether they like each other or not. And they don't even vet these people. They don't. They just watch and see. Once you turn and look at this person, just like Sutoria, for example, nothing was there. But they were so delusional that they even opened a TikTok account just to be shipping these two people. I don't know if you understand me. And if they keyed into that, you will see that they'll be collecting gifts. But they decided that, no, I'm not going to be among these scammers. That's why it's as if maybe there's no heartbreak from them. Because they would have been crying too. Because that shit was fake. And then the reason why that did not happen, I can tell because of Victoria's side. Yes, I know.
Suge kind of make that thing happen. If Victoria were to agree now, we could scam this ship, for example, Suge will be happy to do that.
True.
But Suge will come and say, Victoria, make we scam this ship. Victoria say, you the Chris. I don't want to do that. You understand? From Victoria's side, she can decline. But from Suge, he go agree now. You know, go agree.
Yeah.
He go agree. You understand, right? So whatever that is happening is because you people are spending. It's because they know you people are able and capable to send them on trips. You understand? So if you're not capable of that, but you're capable of just hyping them with just words and text, you think say they get waiting they did. What do they need your praises for?
They won't do shit.
They won't do shit. It's the money that they need.
Yeah.
You understand? So by the time you guys start knowing that, you will have peace. I'm going to be crying about how you spend this or spend that. Now, who send you now?
You can decide to ship them like 4 months for show. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like 4 months per show to be sure that, okay, the relationship, makes sense. Then you decide that, okay, you know what? It's time to ship. Don't ship in the house. Don't ship 1 month after the show.
Please,
2 weeks after the show. Just wait for like 5 months.
Yeah.
Then you guys can decide to ship.
And again, if you actually feel them, fine and good, right? But at the same time, know this. The community is a business community.
Yeah.
Not everything that you see out there is genuine. You understand, right? Everything is done because of competition. Everything is done because of how they want this person to be bigger than the other. Nothing is genuine in the community.
Anti-VVIPs too.
You understand?
They are the ones that set trap for these vulnerable fans.
They are business models, understand, right?
They do it for business, and you fans,
for clout.
You just fall for it.
That's anybody can come out on how they love this particular housemate.
Yeah, it's an agenda.
It's an agenda. So when they love that particular housemate, definitely you roll with the wind, and before you know it, you start contributing.
Yeah,
understand this,
and
right?
They won't contribute.
They won't contribute.
Some of them, won't contribute.
And even if when they do, they tell you by let me show an example. As they don't send them, you think they don't go collect them back. Look, it's very easy to cajole you people, and you follow suit. Why? Because you be human beings sometimes just always want to be led. Lead me. Rubbish. Anyways, Anita had to say this right. Well, she said this. Since the reunion aired, I have seen and heard the conversation happening online, and I feel it's important to address them directly out of respect for those who have supported me genuinely without conditions. She further said, when I left the Big Brother house, there was real curiosity around our relationship, and that curiosity was valid. We did give it a chance, but as with many things in life, some things work and some things don't. And if everything was aired, there would have been more clarity on this. There was no deception, no manipulation, and certainly no performance for the purpose of benefits. Now she's saying, whatever I and Topher did, please. We didn't want anything for gifts. There was no performance. Everything was how it was, right?
But you know the funny thing?
Yeah.
Even looking at Anita, I don't think Anita is the type to scam people.
Anita?
Yeah.
I doubt that. I don't think so.
No, I
agree with you. That's what I'm saying. I doubt that.
Yeah,
I doubt Anita is the kind of person that will come up to now.
People, like, thinking about it, S&M clan, and I was like overthinking. Like,
it's not the same Topher. The same Topher that had Damilola that's craving for the guy.
Yeah.
You know, see relationship, see something that was in a way that was quite pure for him.
Yeah.
But because ever since Dami went, that is when his mind opened up. Oh, my chef, don't go. That's where they cook for me, don't go. Let me have another person that cook for me. That is when himself and Suj made it upon themselves to go for Nelly and Anita.
Yeah.
Because of their belly, because of their stomach. Do you think that was genuine in a way? No, that was a mission. They wanted that. But still, when he was with Anita, trying to get to know her, instead they used like they touch handy. So you can imagine how things were from the very beginning. And Anita told him that, please, hope you're serious with what you're saying. Because he kept love bumping, hitting this babe all the time about how he cares about her, how he does this and does that, right? But at the same time, when things started, blooming, when things started, getting better between both of them, it now became to a point that I said, okay, Anita, why are you treating this guy this way? She and boy. It now became, I don't know, it became disrespectful on Anita's side towards Topher. You understand, right? But Topher in a way was trying to suppress his cunning nature.
Yes. No.
He was suppressing his sly nature to be with Anita. He wanted to cut it off. He's a sly guy.
He is.
He's a cunning guy, right? But he started to cut it off to be with Anita. But not knowing sometimes, nature. Nature has a way. You understand, right?
I was like, Anita is not that babe.
I don't think so.
How much? Like in my mind, I'm like, nah. I don't think she would really want to scam people. To be honest, even though I know that I don't believe in BB and Sheggz. I don't believe it.
But at the same time, what played a major role, in my opinion, with this two is external factors.
True.
Factors. Yeah. I don't think it's from Topher's side or from Anita's side. It's external. It's an external problem, right?
I don't think it's
from. But at the same time, they're still saying that the reason why this happened was because of what's happened between Topher and Handy. They're still saying it.
Yes.
They brought out the chat about how these two actually clapped. Topher and Handy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. Well, she further said a certain plan. There's no deception, no manipulation, right, of whatever because of benefits, right? That anyone who knows me or has followed my journey understands that I move with intention and honesty. I agree to an extent.
I don't even need to properly know her. Just the much I watched
her
on
vibe,
this show.
Anita's vibe.
Her aura doesn't seem like she's a scammer. No.
Yeah, Anita's aura doesn't
agree.
bend.
No.
That's just how Anita is straightforward.
Yes. True.
You know, people that I know that possess a very straightforward aura. You see Wani, you see Anita, you see Kassia, you see Victoria. You know, I mean, there are people in there, you understand, right? You know, even Chizoba in a way, you understand, you know, people, right, that have, you know, they don't really bend in the way, you understand, right? Even Femi, they try, you understand? So these are people, right? But at the end of the day now, you know, she's saying that, you know, if you understood her, you know, she's an honest person. She always moved with intention, you know, even when it's uncomfortable, right? Well, she further said here again that the idea that I pretended to be in a relationship to receive benefits is both hurtful and incorrect. So she's hurt.
It's how it came off.
You understand, right?
Yeah.
She's hurt. She's feeling terrible, right? That why are they tagging her as someone that pretended for benefits? That no, she never pretended. That she was real, she was honest. I
feel like it's like how it came off that they never were in a relationship. That hit like a bomb for shippers, because for me, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I don't ship. I can never be a shipper. I'm an anti-shipper. Do you get?
I'll convert you very soon. Don't worry.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
Do you get? We'll see this season 10. We'll see. But for now, I can never be a shipper.
Okay, yeah.
So, like, I understand how it came off. They never were in a relationship. Do you get? So, according to oh, wow. So, all this thing we have been doing since was what now? You guys were just using us as caricature. Do you understand?
Please. Please, one thing.
But according to her, according to her, she said that was not the full conversation.
Yeah.
It just did cut and join.
Okay. So, please, if you are with someone, you're not really with that person. I keep telling you, don't accept any gifts so that they won't have mouth to come and be insulting
That's
people.
That's where you guys messed up.
That's where people messed up. Now go collect money when you people knew you were not together. Please, you understand? There's no two ways about it. If you collect money from somebody under false pretense, even if you say you are honest, so provided you are not together and collect that money, that you collected it under false pretense.
That's what they will think.
That's what they will think.
Even though you're being genuine.
Please don't be collecting all this kind of things from people.
And if at a point they said in the reunion that they were in a relationship but there's no way they will say it and still end up saying that they never dated.
Exactly.
So I don't understand the point.
All right. Well, she further said, right, I have never asked for support under false pretenses, and I deeply value the trust placed in me by my supporters. And everyone there I have walked this journey with. My name, my work, my ethic, and my values are non-negotiable, and I protect them fiercely. I protect them fiercely.
Yeah.
Now, wow. All right. I appreciate those who have reached out with concern and support, and to those who felt disappointed or misled. I want you to know I get it. Your feelings are valid and matter to me, but I'll always cherish transparency over performance and will never play with the love or loyalty of the people who hold me up. That's what she said.
Yeah.
In this lengthy, stuff. I mean, well, you can tell she's quite hoarse about, the tag.
Yeah.
About her being a scammer, stuff like that. She used relationship, it's more like, it's given, it's you saying Anita is cheap. She doesn't want to be tagged as cheap. She's fighting against that. She's kicking against that, right?
Yeah.
Because, Topher, of course, had his own to say. I said, Topher, what is really happening here? Well, Topher said this, right? Relationship ran its course. Sometimes in life, things don't go as planned, and ours is no different. We are currently at a stage where we have to prioritize certain things. It was genuine and continues to stay so.
Okay.
Well, okay, fine and good.
Yeah.
Amaka, no day, which one be Amaka? No day. If you like, call on Chihuahua now. You say, which one be Amaka waiting? Amaka waiting. Come on, guys. Amaka, come on, please.
I saw this stuff. I was like,
which one be Amaka now? Who cares? Waiting, they like then that one go. Waiting, Anita they call him again. Waiting, Anita they call him again. Didi. She call you Didi for that post. Amaka and I are both supportive of each other's endeavor, and we are both proud of how we continue to evolve. None of us take our supporters for granted, and we are eternally grateful for the love. Sorry for the bad network on the space earlier. I love you. That's what he said, whatever, right? I said, I'm glad you just had this, right? This is the whole summary of all, this Topher and he says, chaos happening. I mean, that's just what it is, right? If you feel, Topher and Anita are both scammers by what they did to ship us, fair enough. I know how you feel. But at the same time, I will state this again. If you know from the very beginning that you are out there to support a sheep because of competition you feel, that is the beginning of your failure. That is the beginning of you falling already.
I pour you spit.
You understand, right?
That's it.
Don't be supporting people because of competition. If you want to support, there are people out there that support wholeheartedly. Out of their hearts, out of the goodness of their hearts, right? But because you want it to be a competition, because it was the same to Anita, the same Nelly and whatever, and the same Shanice or whatever, you people were just having, fill time. Embarrassing yourselves,
and they
right?
were enjoying it.
I remember the time you people just gifted Anita and Topher 1M. That time on stage, people that say,
because they took a picture or something.
Now you're crying. I never cry, Taya. I urge you people to cry more. If you cannot cry, please get lost in one corner. Stay one place. You're not eligible at all, right? But me, it is what it is. And let us know what you feel about that. Well, besides that, this person made a statement about, the next season. And this is it's just funny in a way, crazy. Well, this person said, next season of Big Brother, you are so pretty, you go home.
Come on.
Sister, Abana, it's your
we love pretty faces.
Very good. I like people with fine pieces.
So please.
You cannot go home if you're a fine person.
Please, you can't go home. You can't.
You understand?
But there's no pretty privilege.
Yeah.
If you're not doing much, you will go home.
It should be told. There's always a pretty privilege.
No, I'm just saying that if you're not contributing to anything,
you go
let's believe that you go out. Not be by carrying face and pretty. No.
Please, you go home.
You actually go home on Sunday. You will leave my house.
If you find and get sense, let me see Chris. Go house.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Please come on. I don't need that.
This is not a photo shoot.
Contributes, right? The person further said, I would like to get to know you home straight.
Yes.
Now, wow.
If I hear anybody have that conversation of get out. Leave my house, please. Yes.
Oh my goodness. All right, another one. You look at babe or man too much. Home straight.
Yes.
You
especially bomb. Since you have traumatized us with my bomb, you are jealous of my bomb. If you know you have bomb, don't come on the show. You have to have flat bomb.
Okay, so
like
in other words, make small as a chic. Voila. Yeah.
Like they should scrape your bomb out.
Voila.
Maybe you don't even get bomb at all.
All right. So in other words, please, large buttocks will not matter on the show. Don't bring it to the show.
Whether small show, whether big bomb, whether medium, don't have bomb.
Don't have bomb.
Go to the hospital and cut it off.
All right. Well, I know the finish. Yes. Well, the person further said, you hold hands, police station.
I agree.
You kiss, firing squad. Thanks. God bless.
50 million people.
Excellent plan. This is really crazy. Well, it is what it is. You had this person right because
I agree with everything.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so this person said this right on list of women that just as I carried the show but forgot the money. Bisola, T-Boss, Sisi, Tacha, Erica, Wani, and Onyeka, right? These are the people that carry the show but forgot the money. Well, I agree, definitely. Yeah, they did a whole lot. They did so well. Amazing stuff. Well, aside that, we already know what's happening, concerning this Erica stuff that happened, the whole stuff, she's being dragged about the fact that, she didn't know how to, or she doesn't know how to, speak her language, Igbo language, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
The problem is not her, in my opinion, right? The problem is not her not knowing how to speak her language. Who cares? What does it concern me? That's my business. The problem is
how she was like,
she knows how to fully speak her language.
Maybe not fully,
but pretended. Well,
Mpamu, right? Mpamu from Umaya.
Mpamu Onyebe, kwenye Igbo, Mpamu Onye, kwenye English.
Mpamu bu, Abia State.
What's the name?
Acting in that video.
But it was more like, how just, pretending in a very cringe way about how not know how to speak, she did do like one tata, like person we know, I'm like, waiting to do this one don't get it. So waiting to wear this one.
That was just the vibe I got from the video.
Right. But at the end of the day, that, videos were like, brought up about how she was, speaking, fluently.
Erika and with them. Abo onye Arachukwu Abia State. Manamuru Nanigos.
Okay.
Jeez. Like the whole, I just felt like that video was cringe. The one she posted yesterday, it was cringe. But the think pieces S&M clan, they dragged that to oblivion. S&M clan, like they did it. And I was like, hi. Only if you didn't like, that video I saw it, I was like, I was like, what was this? But trust people to like go to work and like they drag that to pieces.
All right. Well,
but
it is what it is, SM Clan. Let us know what you feel about that. It's just a crazy, right? Aside that, wars on the streets about Sheggz and Bella happening, to them right now is so crazy. Well, Sheggz and Bella, they've followed each other, first of all.
Yeah.
Secondly, people are talking about how, these two had an issue sending, both of them, probably, Sheggz, got her pregnant or whatever. It led one to one thing or whatever. Bella left the house or whatever, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And most importantly, of course, Bella reposted, the certain clip from someone, the person was talking about how, she got a hot breakfast and was like talking about how she has decided to follow Jesus, right? So in other words, she chopped breakfast, right? And her eyes, were open, and she said she has decided to follow Jesus, right? So Bella reposted that, right? Now, what broke the camel's back was what the person's caption fed, and the person stated, right, that it can only be, Sheggz. So when the person said Sheggz, I say wahala, Bella. So if the person talking about Sheggz, I reposted that we see what's the sub between you and Sheggz. So in a way, it's like,
I feel like I saw like two speculations.
Yeah.
One was that they are chasing clouds. And you guys know this is not the first time they've done it. They've actually unfollowed each other before. Yeah. And they followed each other back. And is anytime they want to trend, they will unfollow each other. That's one.
Yeah.
Two, they said that they unfollowed each other because they want to surprise the public. Maybe they are getting married or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
true. They actually.
Well, I know they finished because this was a caption. Thank you, Sheggz, for breaking my daughter's heart. That was a caption. Of course, Bella reposted that. It is what it is. Let us know what you feel about that. Well, I don't know the finish. Well, lastly, this person said this about, Nolu's God, right? Thank you, Nolu's God. May we never see a season like yours again.
You say
amen. Amen to that, my brother. Amen.
Never again.
All right.
It was an insult to my time. An insult to my dedication. An insult.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
It's my patience.
All right. So some client is anything else on the table?
The table has decided that we will never experience NLG anymore.
Again. Well, I know they finished. Just an plan as usual. Moment coming. You ready to know the drill? We out of here. Peace.
Yeah, bo.